Hi everyone, it's me, Miss Branch, the art teacher, back again with another adventure art project. All right, so we did skateboards, we did well, I don't know the order you're gonna do them in. So we got skateboards, surfing, um, what was the other one? Oh, hot air balloon, and now we're gonna do a parachute. Now, the cool thing is you get to make another person out of foil and you get to make a parachute. And you got two ways to make it. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on change my camera so that we can get started on making our parachutes and we can go from there. All right, so let's see. Switch my camera. All right, so this time I have a smaller piece of paper foil to make the person. So we're going to do that first. Let me just grab a marker real quick. And remember, you're going to draw a line down the middle. And well, actually, if this is if this is the first project you're doing, I'm going to draw a line down the middle. There we go. And then two on the sides. Now you can't see those very well. Let me get a darker marker and bring the camera in closer. Use my Sharpie. So I'm gonna just draw the line so you can see it. So this one, these two are gonna become the legs. And these two side pieces will become the head and the arms. So the next step after you make your foil, you got your lines on your foil, you're gonna cut those lines. Now I like to start with the legs. Now I normally squinch them up, but some people like to roll them. But I'm just gonna try that technique with you guys real quick. I'm gonna turn it so we can see it on the camera. So there's one leg. And then I'm just gonna roll this. And there's two legs. Now the arms are kind of like in front. And I'm just gonna roll that together or really just squinch it together. Just squeeze it to get the arm shape. And I'm now going to roll this part to make the head. Just kind of ball it up as I roll. And then I can make a neck. And what I'm going to do is probably twist the body together just a little bit. And then twist this and then make a neck again. And I'm going to go ahead and squish the arms together a little better. And the arms might be kind of long, which is perfect for this project. So you don't have to make them shorter like we did on the one when we were surfing. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze these legs together a little bit better. All right, so now that we have the person done, we're going to put that person out of the way for now. And now we're going to get our big piece of tissue paper. Now, we got the quality premium tissue paper, so this makes the project a little different. One side is shiny and one side is dull. You want to turn it on the dull side. You want to fold it so that the dull side's on the outside. And being that this is the premium tissue paper, it does not bleed through. So it's going to make our project go a little longer than planned. Because normally if you get the really thin tissue paper that kind of bleeds through, if you draw on it with markers, then it goes all the way through all the layers of the tissue paper and it'll be the same thing on the same side. Now what we're going to make is radial balance. Let me untake this one. And radial balance is when you have the same thing from a center point. And what I ended up doing, we're going to end up tracing after we draw each side and trace 4 times so that we get the same thing. Now, this one I decided to do eyes. I thought it'd be really cool and funny looking. On this one, I decided to do just some basic shapes and lines. Then I put some trees, some squares, circles, and I just did a wavy line, and then it just repeats itself. You're going to end up tracing the same design over and over again. So you want to make your design kind of easy. And it doesn't have to be really fancy. Sorry, those are from the skateboard project. Now, what you want to do after you fold your tissue paper, you want to start with the corner that's folded, not the open ends. So I'm going to start here with the folded side. I'm going to move these out the way too. And let's see. I will just draw a triangle. Here we go. Doesn't have to be anything big or fancy. And you can stick with the same color or you could draw something else. Let's see. Okay, that looks interesting. Rectangle. Let me fill in that rectangle. Make it a bigger rectangle. So it's like an arrow pointing to the middle. Let's see. I'm just going to work my way down the colors that I have here. Another rectangle. Looking like a weird face now. Oh, since it's looking like a weird face, let me go ahead and give it weird eyebrows. I'm gonna make them zigzaggy at the top. And it doesn't have to go to the whole paper. You can decide just to do a little bit of design. Let's see. I'm just keep going. Give some wrinkles on the forehead so they start to look like a face to me. So there's my wavy, wrinkly forehead. Or it could be hair. Let's see. I can keep going. Let's see. Just make it up as you go. Doesn't matter what you draw. You draw anything you want. You can color it in. I think I'll add a little bit. Okay, that's actually, I'm going to stop there so that the video doesn't get really, really long. So now what I have to do is open it up and flip it. Oh, it kind of went through a little bit, so that's a good thing. But the first ones wasn't going through at all. Well, so now I just got to trace the shapes I just drew again. And by keeping them in order with my color. And you don't want to press too hard because this is tissue paper. So it is thinner than regular paper. I think I skipped the orange on that one. Yep. So you're going to trace it again. And let's see, then I had the darker green. And then I went to the blue. And I went to the little darker bluish green and did these little art shapes. So now I have it on two sides. Let me go ahead and open it up. I have the same design on two sides. I'm going to now fold it this way in half and flip it so I can see this side now. And I can see it through the paper and trace it again. So there's my red. And my orange. And yellow orange. I had yellow, but I think I covered it up with yellow orange. So I'm gonna stick with the yellow orange. And the light green. So you're gonna end up drawing the same thing 4 times. So that's why you want to keep your design pretty simple or easy, so that as you're tracing these, you don't have so much that you have to trace. And it's okay if it's not perfectly traced. And so then I have one more time to do it, so I'm gonna flip it. And one last time, so the 4th time. So that was my 3rd time tracing it. So now here's my 4th time. Yeah, I probably should have just stuck like with one color, and I probably could have gone through this a lot faster, but it's all right. It's your project, so you can do as many colors as you want. You can take your time, sort of, but I know art class is only 45 minutes, so you got 45 minutes to make your person, and then color your parachute, and then we have to cut the line, the string, and then we have to attach everything so that we can have our parachuting person. All right, this came out of the wrong spot. All right, so then there was the darker green. Huh. Then the green. And the blue green. So now you get to make another choice once you get all 4 sides done for your radial design. And radial balance or radial designs actually start at one point and it goes around the point. And it can be a diamond shape. It can be all kinds of cool things. But now you get your radial design. Now it doesn't even look like a face anymore. Ah, interesting. So now I'm going to fold it back up. And you can make if you would like to make it round, we can cut one side to the other. And I'm gonna just lay this on top of this one so you can see. I'm just gonna cut the outside part. Definitely don't cut the folded part because then it'll just all be 4 pieces or 2 pieces. Or if you don't want to cut, you can leave it as a square. Both ways work as a parachute, which is really cool. So both ways work. So you get to choose which way you want to do it. Now, just for the people that want to cut, I'm gonna just go ahead and cut this one. But the people and the people that don't want to cut, you don't have to cut it. So if you need to, you could draw a big curved line from one corner to the other corner, or you can just cut it freehand. But I'm gonna just go ahead and draw a big curved line from one corner to the other corner. So it gives me a guideline that I'm going to cut on. But like I said, if you're able to, you don't have to draw this line. It's totally up to you. But if you're going to keep it a big giant square, you can do that too. So I'm just going to cut that line. And this extra just becomes, if you have a scrap bin, you can put it in the scrap bin. But if not, it's just extra paper that can go in the trash can if you're not going to make something else out of it. So now, with the square one, you're just gonna cut your string and put a the sticky dot on top of each one in each corner. With the one that you cut into a circle, you can just use the lines where it was folded, where you're gonna put your string on. So each of these lines become where you're gonna put your string on. So let me put this off to the side for a quick moment so that I can cut the string. So if you have better string than I have yarn right now. And what I like to do when I need a long piece of string is use my arm to my shoulder. So from holding it in my hand, I'm going to come all the way to my shoulder and get a good long piece of string. And you're going to need 4 of these. So there's 2 ways you could do it. You could cut this string and then make 4 more from your hand to your shoulder. Or you can use this point like here and then bring the string down, rolling it out all the way to the end. That's 2 pieces. And then bringing it all the way down to the end, 3 pieces. And then one more time. That is 4 pieces. And then you just have to cut the loops. So once you cut the loops, you have your 4 pieces of string. And you also are going to have some dots, 4 dots to use. And let me go ahead and attach these. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to open it on the side that I drew on. So these are going to go on what's technically the outside, not on the inside. So I'm going to take my first one and then take a little dot and put it right on top of my string and rub it so that it holds to the tissue paper. And then I'm going to do the next corner. So take my next string and take one of my little dots and put this one on the next corner and rub it down. Put the string there. I'm going to turn it. Take my next string and my next dot. And place it on. And then my last string, my 4th string, and my 4th dot. So now what I'm going to do is fold this in half, kind of, sort of like that. Yeah, that's good enough. Well, actually, I need kind of fold it diagonally. Now, this is a fold that we don't have in our paper yet. So, like right across this middle, I'm just going to fold it, but I'm not going to make a big crease. So now I have a giant semicircle. So now I have 2 strings on one side, and then I have the other 2 strings on the other side. And now you're going to need your tape and your person again. So what I'm going to do is tape one side. I'm going to go ahead and put this tape on the bottom of the person. Can wrap it around a little bit if it's easier. Wrap around just a little bit. And I still have some tape here. And let me bring that in. Let me see if I need to add more light to this. Let me turn on my other light. I have to plug it up. And Let's see. That's better, so you can see the. Oh, I cut it off. There we go. So you can see the tape right here. My hand is under it. And I'm just going to take these two ends of the string and put them on the tape and wrap the tape around the body. And I'm going to get another piece of tape and do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to get this tape and I'm going to put it underneath and wrap it around the body just a little bit. And I'm going to take these two strings on this side and take the two ends and I'm going to lay it on the tape right here on this side by the body and then wrap the tape around. Now, here's another cool thing. The string that seems to be like for the top piece of your parachute, you could take that string and then you can like put the person's hands in it like they're holding on to the string as they're coming down. So I'm gonna take this top string for the front part and I'm gonna put that in, wrap my person's hand or myself, because we were making ourselves, because we're the ones getting ready to go parachuting. And you are done. And let me go ahead and switch my camera. All right, let me move this light out of the way. So now you can, let me go ahead and bring it up a little bit. And not a good angle. Let me do it over here a little bit more. All right. Okay, that was not a good throw. All right. Let me go ahead and stand up so you guys can see. All right. There. Parachuting, which means jumping out of a plane. So yes, it does work. It takes a little work to get it done. Move that light out my way. So yes, we were learning radial balance, which is a design where everything is the same on all four sides or same in a circle. We got to make our man, ourselves, we got to make ourselves out of foil again. Now I'm all tangled up. And we got to attach to our tissue paper. And like I said, Miss Branch, we ended up getting the premium tissue paper because really we were supposed to be able to do the design one time and it was going to bleed, the ink was going to bleed through the paper and go on all four sides at the same time, but that did not work out because of the shiny side of the tissue paper did not let it bleed through. So now you have your parachute. All right, everyone, I hope you have a great rest of your summer and think of other projects that you can do. All right, see you later. Bye.